What if I told you that every breath you take could reveal a story about your health? A compelling prospect, isn't it? This is the fascinating world of capnography we are about to explore. Capnography, for those unacquainted, is a non-invasive medical technology used to monitor the concentration of carbon dioxide in respiratory gases. It's like reading the secret language of breaths, deciphering the coded messages that our bodies are constantly sending out. And why is this important? Because these messages can tell healthcare professionals a lot about a patient's physiological condition. Imagine having a window into the respiratory status of a patient in real time. That's what capnography provides. It's like having a continuous, up-to-the-second report on how effectively a person is breathing, how well the lungs are functioning, and even how efficiently the body is metabolizing oxygen. And it's not just about understanding the present. Capnography can also predict the future. It can provide early warning of respiratory depression or other life-threatening conditions, allowing healthcare professionals to intervene before the situation becomes critical. But it's not only for emergencies. Capnography plays a crucial role in a wide range of medical scenarios, from monitoring sedated patients during procedures to managing patients with chronic conditions like asthma or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. So, how does it work? At its core, capnography measures the amount of carbon dioxide in exhaled air. This is a direct reflection of the carbon dioxide produced by the body's metabolic processes and the function of the lungs in removing this waste product. By observing the capnogram, a waveform that shows how the concentration of carbon dioxide changes with each breath, clinicians can gain invaluable insights into the patient's health. In essence, capnography is a vital tool in the arsenal of modern medicine. It sheds light on the mystery of breath, translating each exhalation into a meaningful narrative about our health. So, are you ready to dive deep into the world of capnography? Capnography is not just a fancy medical term, it's a vital tool in healthcare. It's a process that allows us to monitor a patient's respiratory rate and the amount of carbon dioxide they exhale, also known as the end-tidal CO2, or ETCO2 for short. But let's take a step back and understand why this is important. As we know, our bodies are constantly at work, breaking down the food we eat into energy through a process called metabolism. One of the byproducts of metabolism is carbon dioxide, a gas that needs to be removed from our bodies to prevent toxicity. This is where our circulatory and respiratory systems come into play, working together to transport this carbon dioxide from our cells to our lungs, where it's exhaled out into the world. So, if we're monitoring the amount of carbon dioxide in a patient's exhaled breath, we're essentially getting a non-invasive snapshot of their metabolism, circulation, and respiration. This is the beauty of capnography. Now, you might ask, how exactly does capnography work? Well, it's all about infrared light. An infrared light source is passed through the patient's exhaled breath. And since carbon dioxide absorbs infrared light, the amount of light that makes it through to the other side can be measured and used to calculate the concentration of carbon dioxide present. The resulting number, the ETCO2, is typically between 35 and 45 millimeters of mercury in a healthy individual. This number can increase or decrease based on a variety of factors, like changes in the rate of metabolism, the efficiency of the circulatory and respiratory systems, or even the presence of certain medical conditions. Capnography is a powerful tool, providing real-time information that can help healthcare professionals make critical decisions about a patient's care. It's like having a window into the body's inner workings, allowing us to monitor vital physiological processes as they happen. Now that we've covered the basics, let's move on to the applications of capnography. Capnography isn't just for the science books, it's a practical tool utilized every day. It's like a secret weapon in the medical world, playing an integral role in various procedures, from anesthesia to intensive care and during cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR. Let's start with anesthesia. When a patient is under anesthesia, it's critical to monitor their respiratory status. Capnography allows healthcare providers to do just that. It continuously measures the amount of carbon dioxide that a patient exhales, providing real-time data about their respiratory status. This allows anesthesiologists to quickly identify and address any issues that could potentially compromise a patient's breathing. Now let's move to intensive care units, where capnography also shines. In these high-stakes environments, capnography is like a trusty sidekick, helping physicians monitor patients' ventilation, blood flow, and metabolism. It's especially useful for patients on mechanical ventilation, as it offers a non-invasive way to assess the effectiveness of ventilation and detect any abnormalities. But capnography doesn't stop there. It's also a key player during CPR. During resuscitation efforts, capnography can provide valuable insights into the quality of chest compressions and the likelihood of return of spontaneous circulation, or ROSC. It's like having a window into the patient's body, offering crucial information that can guide resuscitation efforts and improve outcomes. And that's just scratching the surface. Capnography is also used in pre-hospital settings, during procedural sedation, and even in sleep studies. It's an incredibly versatile tool, with the potential to save lives and improve patient care in numerous ways. So next time you think of capnography, don't just think of it as a scientific concept. Think of it as a real-time, life-saving tool that's making a big difference in healthcare every day. Capnography has countless applications, but how does it actually work in real time? Well, stay tuned as we dive into the nitty-gritty of the capnogram in our next segment. The heart of capnography lies in the capnogram. It's the lifeline that depicts the amount of carbon dioxide exhaled at the end of each breath, and it's here we'll find the story of a patient's respiration. A capnogram is a real-time graphical representation of exhaled carbon dioxide over time. It can be thought of as the EKG of ventilation, providing a moment-to-moment snapshot of the patient's respiratory status. And just like an EKG, the capnogram has distinct waveforms, each revealing a different part of the respiratory cycle. The capnogram is divided into 4 phases. Phase 1 is the baseline, where the carbon dioxide level is at its lowest, typically 0, as this represents the start of a new breath. This is when fresh, CO2-free air from the environment is drawn into the lungs. Phase 2, the ascending phase, is when the first bit of exhaled air, a mixture of fresh air and carbon dioxide-rich alveolar air, begins to appear. The CO2 level rises sharply in response. Phase 3, or the alveolar plateau, is where we see a more gradual rise in CO2 as the remaining alveolar air, rich in carbon dioxide, is exhaled. The peak of this phase, the end-tidal CO2, is a crucial measurement, telling us the highest level of carbon dioxide present at the end of exhalation. Finally, we have Phase 4, the descending phase, marking the start of inhalation as fresh air is once again drawn into the lungs, causing the CO2 level to drop back to baseline. Each phase of the capnogram is significant, as changes in these phases can indicate different physiological or pathological conditions. For example, a sudden drop in end-tidal CO2 might suggest a disconnection or leak in the breathing circuit, while a slow rise could indicate hypoventilation or poor lung perfusion. Understanding a capnogram is like decoding a patient's breath. It's a window into their respiratory system, providing valuable insights that can guide clinical decisions and potentially save lives. Capnography is more than just a tool, it's a lifesaver. This statement is not just a hyperbole. It's a testament to the critical role capnography plays in patient safety. When we delve deeper into the realm of healthcare, the importance of early detection cannot be overstated. It's like a lighthouse in a storm, guiding the ship safely to the harbor. Capnography, with its real-time monitoring of respiratory patterns, serves as this lighthouse. It's not just about measuring carbon dioxide levels in a patient's breath. It's about understanding the story these levels tell about the patient's condition. It's about catching the subtle changes that might otherwise go unnoticed until it's too late. Imagine a patient under anesthesia. Everything seems fine on the surface, but beneath the calm exterior, a crisis could be brewing. Perhaps the patient's breathing is becoming irregular, or their carbon dioxide levels are rising, signaling a potential respiratory problem. With capnography, healthcare professionals can detect these changes early, allowing them to intervene before a minor issue becomes a major complication. But it's not just in the operating room where capnography shines. In emergency settings, it can provide immediate insights into a patient's condition, helping doctors make crucial decisions quickly. For patients with chronic respiratory diseases, capnography can help track disease progression and guide treatment. And let's not forget about its role in cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR. In these high-stakes situations, capnography can provide valuable feedback on the effectiveness of chest compressions and rescue breaths, enhancing the chances of a successful resuscitation. In essence, capnography acts as an early warning system, a guardian, if you will, that watches over patients, alerting healthcare professionals to potential danger. It's a tool that not only enhances patient safety, but can also prevent serious complications and, in many cases, save lives. So, when we talk about the power of capnography, it's not just about the technology or the science behind it. It's about the lives it can save, the complications it can prevent, and the peace of mind it can provide to both healthcare professionals and patients. The power of capnography truly lies in its ability to save lives. As we look to the future, capnography continues to evolve. A world that once measured breath with a mirror held under the nose now uses sophisticated technology to chart the carbon dioxide in our exhalations. But where does this road lead? What does the future hold for capnography? Well, for starters, expect to see capnography becoming even more prevalent. As we gain a deeper understanding of its capabilities, we're likely to see its use expand beyond the operating room and intensive care unit. Emergency services, home healthcare, and even fitness industries may soon be harnessing the power of capnography. Imagine a world where your personal fitness tracker could also monitor your capnogram, offering real-time insights into your metabolic health. Beyond prevalence, technology will continue to refine the precision of capnography. Future capnographs could be more sensitive, more accurate, and even more user-friendly. There's also potential for advancements in data analysis. As artificial intelligence and machine learning continue to develop, these technologies could be used to interpret capnograms, identifying patterns and changes that might be missed by the human eye. Research will also play a key role in the future of capnography. We've only scratched the surface of understanding the full potential of this technology. New studies could uncover previously unknown applications for capnography, or even enhance our understanding of human physiology. But with all these advancements, one thing remains constant: the importance of education. As capnography evolves, so too must our understanding of it. Healthcare professionals will need to stay up to date with the latest research and technology, adapting their practices as necessary. Because at the end of the day, the power of capnography is only as strong as our ability to use it effectively. The future of capnography is as much about the people using it as it is about the technology itself. It's about continued learning, adaptation, and a commitment to providing the best possible patient care. The future of capnography is as exciting as it is promising. We've journeyed through the world of capnography, from its science to its significance. Let's take a moment now to retrace our steps and look back on the ground we've covered. We began by exploring the mystery of breath, the invisible, life-giving process that every human being relies on. We discovered that by studying the breath, we can gain invaluable insights into a patient's health and well-being. From there, we dove into the science behind capnography, a non-invasive method that allows us to monitor respiratory patterns and analyze the gas content of exhaled breath. We learned that capnography operates on the principle of infrared absorption, which detects the presence of carbon dioxide, a key component of human respiration. We then saw capnography in action, discussing its wide range of applications in the medical field. From its use in operating rooms to monitor anesthesia, to its role in emergency medicine and critical care, capnography has proven to be an indispensable tool for healthcare professionals around the world. Our journey then took us to the heart of capnography, the capnogram, a graphical representation of the levels of carbon dioxide in the breath over time. We discovered how to interpret a capnogram and learned about the 4 phases of the capnography waveform, each corresponding to a different stage in the respiratory cycle. We also explored the incredible power of capnography, particularly its role in patient safety. We learned that capnography can detect changes in a patient's condition before other monitoring methods, making it a critical tool for patient safety. From recognizing hypoventilation and hyperventilation to identifying respiratory depression, capnography provides real-time feedback that can help save lives. Finally, we looked ahead to the future of capnography. We envisioned a world where capnography is integrated into all forms of patient monitoring, providing a constant, reliable source of information about a patient's respiratory status. We considered the potential for new technologies, such as wearable capnography devices, and the exciting possibilities they hold for enhancing patient care. In our journey through the world of capnography, we've seen how this remarkable technology has transformed healthcare, offering unprecedented insights into the human respiratory system. And yet, we've also seen that capnography is more than just a tool or a technology. It's a testament to the power of human curiosity and ingenuity, a testament to our ceaseless quest to understand and improve the human condition. As we conclude, let's remember the central role of breath in our lives. It's something we do without thinking, something we take for granted. And yet, every breath tells a story of life, health, and the human spirit. And as we've learned, capnography helps us read this story, offering a window into the mystery and marvel of human breath. Remember, every breath tells a story, and capnography helps us read it.